testify. So I dance the night away when nobody's awake.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Hope everyone is doing well. Hello, and welcome to Tyra's Just Saying, where we tell the truth, laugh a little, and heal a lot. I am Dr. Tyra Gardner, and today we're talking candles that praise on purpose. My guest is the brilliant creator behind Praiseworthy Candles, Mrs. Tracey Hanton. We're digging into faith, fragrance, and her Facebook shows that's blessing timelines everywhere. So let's glow. How are you today, Tracey?
I am well. I am well. It is so good to be here.
Good. I am so happy to have you today, starting off this joyous weekend. I know they say it's supposed to be a scorcher, but hopefully it will spare us.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully and prayerfully. So, praiseworthy candles. Where did the name come from, and what was the first scent you poured with intention?
Whew. So I've been making candles for over 20 years. Um, Praiseworthy candles actually, praiseworthy means a standard of excellence, and it really comes from the scripture of Philippians 4:8. Whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are praiseworthy, think on these things. So I want people to be thinking on my candles.
Mhm.
And so
Okay,
that
look,
so that was
I
really
love
how
it.
we got, where the name really came from. I just
Mhm,
wanted to make sure that everything had a standard of excellence, whether it was the container,
mhm,
the wax,
mhm,
where I sourced everything from, to the
mhm.
way it's presented to the customer.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I love it. I love it. And what moment did you say that this was more than a hobby, that this is a ministry and my business?
So, like I said, I've been making candles for 20 years. I started making candles for a couple of reasons. But
Mhm.
one, I used to be a wedding coordinator when I was in
Ooh,
Philly. So I
okay.
was a wedding coordinator. And what
Hmm.
I wanted to do, and that was Praiseworthy Creations and Events.
Hmm.
But what I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to kind of be a little more full service for the bride
Yes.
and her family.
Hmm.
So I wanted to be able to have something for them for the honeymoon, so a gift
Hmm.
basket. And I
Hmm.
just really decided I didn't want to just keep putting other people's products into the basket.
Hmm.
When did I realize that it was ministry? I think
Hmm.
I really always knew it was ministry because as I was making the candles,
Hmm.
it was ministering to me.
Okay.
And
Oh.
it was providing me, I was going through a kind of rough time, but it
Hmm.
was providing me a level of peace, a level of sanctity, to
Hmm.
be able to go back and do what
Hmm.
I needed to do. And I
Hmm.
just would be standing over, I'm praying over the candles,
Hmm.
um, being very intentional in terms of what the fragrances are. And
Hmm.
so I think I really always knew it was ministry. But
Hmm.
then I had customers come back and say, I asked you for a candle. I'm moving into my new home. And I said, I wanted something in my living room. And I said,
Hmm.
well, what do you want to be doing in your living room? And we talked about that. And I said, I got a set for you. And boom, I presented them with something. And they said, it does what I want it to do when that fragrance
Hmm.
fills the room for me. And
Yes.
it was always, I want to make sure that whatever I'm doing, that one,
Hmm.
I'm in the right headspace
Hmm.
because I want the person to get this candle for it to
Hmm.
do what they need it to do, whether it is calm their nerves,
Hmm.
give them a sense of relaxation,
Hmm.
um, pep them up, whatever it
Right.
might be, and
Hmm.
be able to give them that feeling. You know, like you held up the Black Queen.
Yeah.
Um,
Black Queen, y'all.
that is a select candle, usually for Black History Month and Women's History
Hmm.
Month, stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's not out all the time, but
Hmm.
the purpose of Black Queen is to
Hmm.
remind us as women that
Hmm.
that is who we are. That is
Hmm.
our inner being, and we need to work to make sure that boom, that comes to our outer being because that
Right.
is who we are. And
Right.
so that's the feeling that it's supposed to give you. It's supposed to give you that rich melanin,
Hmm.
chocolatey kind of feel in your
Right.
soul. So that's what it's
Right.
supposed to do. So
Okay. And how many scents do you have to date?
I have 2, 3. I have 4 different collections. So
Ooh.
maybe 5.
Okay.
I have an everyday collection that's
Okay.
all year round. I
Hmm.
have black tie that is the more masculine,
Hmm.
teak woods, sandalwoods, patchouli kind of scents, right? Those are the
Okay.
2 scents. I
Hmm.
have the massage collection. That's
Okay.
the massage candles. They have the shea butter, the cocoa butter. Those are the ones you can actually put on your skin.
Okay.
Then I have the wine collection, and those I have
Okay.
3 in those in the
Hmm.
wine collection. That's the Merlot, the Moscato, and the white wine.
Okay.
And then I have my oh, I have one other collection, and it's slipping my mind, but I have
Mhm.
over 30, the lavender collection.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
that is everything lavender, regular lavender, lavender chamomile, lavender sandalwood, lavender sage.
Ooh.
So it's
Okay.
all of those. If you love the lavender blends, that's what you'll get out of the lavender collection.
Ooh, I love
And
it. Let me ask you, with making candles, have you had any happy accidents that shaped the products to what we see today? Because sometimes we be mixing stuff and all of a sudden we like, ooh, that's not gonna work. But have you had any happy accidents?
I
Something
have,
tells me she does, y'all.
yes, I went had to go up and get it. So I do candle making classes.
Okay.
And I tell everybody, and this isn't a happy accident, but they didn't know really what they were doing. But they went in, one of the students went in, they mixed something up, and
Hmm.
it smelled magnificent,
Okay.
right?
Right.
So I said, man, I like this smell. I want to go back and I want to perfect it
Hmm.
and test it and everything, right?
Okay.
And that's how I ended up with Date Night that came out this February.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
And
what does that smell like?
this was a big smeller. So this has a little patchouli in it.
Hmm.
It has a little teak wood in it.
Hmm.
It has a little touch of bergamot and sandalwood and
Okay.
some lavender. But
Hmm.
every woman that has smelt this, and even the
Hmm.
men, have said, "Yeah, this is date night.
Okay.
This is date night."
Wow.
And so that just came out this year. So
Okay, that's awesome.
I I know one of the things that a lot of people will ask, they'll say,
Hmm.
"Do you only make the fragrances that you like?" No, I
Okay.
blend, I see what works, and I
Hmm.
see what my client base likes.
Hmm.
They're the
Right.
ones that really tell me. They tell me I did an orange blossom
Hmm.
and it
Okay.
smelled pretty good to me.
Folks didn't like it.
Yeah, that one didn't go over so well.
Hmm.
So I had to remove Orange Blossom off the list. I was like, oh, that's not that seemingly
Hmm.
isn't selling.
Would you say
I still,
it really wasn't selling?
yeah, I still got more left than what I need than what I needed, you know.
Hmm.
So yeah.
But you could, you know what? So with the amount that you had, like what you have left, I would say market those to spas.
Oh yeah, I did. I
You
ended
know.
up getting, yeah.
Hmm.
It took a minute. I
Yeah.
also did for Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
I did a surprise box.
And put all those ones in that surprise.
Yep, they this and everybody loved the surprise boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I yeah, and it's funny because no one said, "Oh, I really don't like this orange blossom." Maybe it was a day they just wasn't feeling it for the day. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But, but you know what? When people get those surprise boxes, they are grateful.
Yes.
They appear to be more grateful than those that, are like when they intentional about like what they're getting right then. And it's just like, and we know, my thing is when you look at orange blossom, my thing is I think citrus, I like citrus
Yeah.
smells. So with the citrus, especially in the summer and in the spring, right? Because when you smell those citrus smells, they're like more for spring cleaning and
Yeah.
being able to, clean. When you're cleaning
Mhm.
the house, you got that orange blossom or any kind of citrus smell going because at the end of the day, you're using a lot of lemon anyway,
Yeah.
right? And all that
Exactly.
do is just enhance what you have going on. And so, I guess for that would be certain times of the year.
Yeah. Well, that was part of my spring
Hmm.
collection, but again, if you're not seeing me at an event,
Hmm.
you're not getting the in-person experience of smelling it.
Hmm.
And so
Hmm.
if you're not really an orange fan, you
Hmm.
might go orange blossom. Nah, I'm good.
Right. Hmm.
But when you're in person
Hmm.
and you smell it,
Hmm.
you see orange blossom differently. I've had many people come up, look at the
Hmm.
orange blossom, and yeah, I really don't like, orange. I said, well, just,
Right.
smell it. And I said,
Hmm.
oh, that wasn't what I was expecting.
Wasn't with it. Right. Hmm. And that's how it always is. So let me ask you, what has been the biggest business challenge that you've experienced since being in business the past 20 years?
My biggest challenge, it used to be getting to the right events to do my in-person
Mm.
events. That used to be the biggest challenge.
Okay. Are you screening them up? Are you screening them now?
I screen them now. I
Okay.
know that there are certain places that I'm probably going to do better, and then
Hmm.
those are the ones that I kind of lean in a little bit more to.
Okay.
Um, so, but I think now the biggest challenge just is probably, and I think a lot of people say this, getting the conversions on their website. So that's my
Okay.
biggest challenge.
Okay.
Getting those
Okay.
conversions on the website. I'll get people to
Hmm.
get there, they'll look, and then
Hmm.
and then they'll leave. But
But you
then they'll
just,
say,
hmm
if they see me in person, they'll say, "Yeah, I was on your website, but I just wanted to see you in person and just
and you like, well, if you was at the website, you should have purchased.
yeah, like
Don't tell me about what was on my website. I know what's there. Did you put one of those lead magnets? I think that's what they call it. That if people like are perusing around or leave stuff in the shopping cart that they keep hitting them back. You
yeah,
forgot something. You forgot. Okay.
yeah, they get
Okay.
those. Yeah, they get
Hmm.
those.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Folks, I think just like to be nosy and just looking around when it comes to our websites, honestly.
Yeah,
And it's just like and it's the more you do, the more you trying to get the leads in and trying to get the sales, so I can see where that would be a big challenge.
yeah,
Are you using Google, where people can find your, doing the Google analytics and all of that so that people
yep.
can find you through Google
They can
and
find
when
me
they do
through
the search
Google.
engine, when they do the search, they immediately
Yep.
come to you.
Yeah, they can find me. I got reviews there. They can see
Hmm.
what other people are saying. So
Hmm. And okay, all right. I mean, because I know there's a lot of different events coming up, a lot of religious events and things. Have you marketed yourself towards them or not really?
not as much.
Or
I
conferences, rather.
Yeah, I try.
Hmm.
So I travel.
Hmm.
So even though I'm from Philly, I live in Indiana.
Hmm.
I travel for my events, so I could very well be back in Philadelphia at some point to do an
Oh,
event.
right.
No one
Hmm.
knows where I'll pop up at. Um,
Hmm.
but I'm in Ohio, so I'm always looking, scouting for
Hmm.
different events
Okay.
on Eventbrite.
Hmm.
Eventbrite has been really a blessing
Yes,
for
I tell
me.
everybody to search for events if you're trying to host something or do something to do it on Eventbrite.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
through Eventbrite, I ended up at an event in this
Hmm.
past February. From that event, I made a connection. I'm going to be a speaker at the
Hmm.
event next year in
Okay.
February. Um,
Okay.
and I just was on their TV show
Oh, well, you got to let
like
us know what the event is so we can
last
support
week.
you. What
Oh
city is it
yeah,
going to be in?
it is going to be in Indiana.
Okay.
It is called Radiance,
Okay.
and the owner Elena Rodriguez, she owns Besito. It is a cosmetic company, and she
Okay.
sends out boxes. So Besito, Bestito, Besito.
Okay.
Um, so yeah. So
Yeah, that's
sometimes you don't.
definitely. And the conference is going to be in
It's
Indiana.
going to be in Indiana. People for
Okay.
this conference, it was interesting because less local people knew about it, but people
Hmm.
from other cities and things where
Hmm.
she does different events and stuff at they
Hmm.
were there for the event and stuff like that. So it was interesting that
Okay.
and she was so curious as to how I found her because I didn't know who she was.
Right. Right.
And I said no. I said I looked at what the event was about. I
Hmm.
looked at, who was going to be there, what the basis of it was,
Hmm.
and I knew that that was something that I could connect my brand to. And
Right.
so
And the
I'm
thing,
really,
I love it because you know
yeah,
what? That was being intentional
yeah,
about what you're doing and who you're aligning yourself to,
yes,
right? Because the thing is, we align ourselves with brands, and the brands that we align ourselves to all the time is not for us,
exactly.
and it's just being able to say, you know what, now I'm doing things differently. I'm gonna be more intentional about who I want to market to and who I want to be aligned with,
Yeah, that is
you know.
definitely,
And so
definitely.
it's good that you're speaking at that event as well, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna be a speaker. So,
And that's great, right? Because here's the thing, while you speaking at the event, you're selling your product.
oh yeah, yeah, my product will be out there. I have a table,
Hmm.
but yeah, I'm excited to do another thing that I love, which is speaking. So I'm excited
Hmm.
to do that,
I
and
love that.
excited to share a story to women.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Yeah, so you definitely have to make sure I get the link when we're done our interview. I
Oh,
get
oh,
all the information and everything. Hopefully, I can come out and check it out.
oh,
I
that'd
haven't
be
been there.
great.
Look, I haven't been to Indiana. I've been to a lot of places, but I haven't been to Indiana. So that would be it.
Well,
That would be lovely to
that would be
come.
great. Yeah,
Yes,
definitely be a reason. Yeah.
yes. So, what advice do you have for Black women launching faith-centered products? Because I know a lot of Black women, a lot of minority women, in as a whole, that have been lot thinking about and working on faith-based products. What would be your advice to them?
The obvious piece, of course, would be to pray about it.
Mm, okay.
That would be the obvious piece. But
Yes.
you can't just have the faith
Mm-hmm.
without putting in the work. And
Yes.
so be open to understanding that there are some basic things that you have to do. So
Mm-hmm.
get those things lined up,
Okay.
know what your product is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
figure out, and I think this is just in general, just for business, because it's the one thing that everybody seems to really struggle with
Mm-hmm.
is who their target market is.
Mm.
So somebody can
Right.
say, I want to be faith based,
Mm-hmm.
but what does that mean for you?
What does it mean? And
Yeah,
what does it look like?
yeah, right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because is your product faith based because you gave it a faith based name?
Mm.
Is it?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You look now, here you go trying to stir the daggone pot. Because you know how people is. I'm not going there with you today, Tracy. Because I look at how people join organizations, how people, oh, and then all of a sudden they, whether it's an organization they join or whether it's faith or whether they, I'm gonna put that name on it because this is going to draw more people.
Exactly.
But
What you
but
see, the champion
we
start
need people
trouble.
to believe in you,
Yeah, yeah,
and you can't be saying you doing this, but then you acting like this.
exactly. And so being able to figure out what that really looks like for you.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
I will be honest, it
Mhm.
took a long time for me
Mhm.
to get to the space
Okay.
that I really even identified my business as a
Mhm.
Christian owned business or a faith based business.
Okay. Mhm.
It really, it really took me a minute.
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Okay.
knew
Mhm.
what scripture it was started on, although I never promoted it, in that
Mhm.
aspect.
Mhm.
Um, and no one really, at that time in the beginnings, no one really ever asked.
Right. Mhm.
But as I've grown, as I've matured, as I've
Mhm.
built a different business acumen,
Mhm.
I now kind of stand out a little bit more in that
Okay.
I'm really in the faith based business. I'm really in
Okay.
the faith based. Um,
Okay.
Even though when you look at most
Mhm.
of some of my designs for like my labels and everything, the labels
Mhm.
don't necessarily say faith based except my name, which is Praise
Right.
for the
Okay.
Can. That's but
Mhm.
as you kind of go through, as you'll start seeing more things transform,
Mhm.
one of the things that had been laid on my heart,
Mhm.
oh boy, years ago, was a
Mhm.
subscription box. And
Okay.
these subscription box that I tried to put together
Mhm.
just wasn't working the way I wanted it to work.
Mhm.
Um, but there was one subscription box that I hadn't
Mhm.
stepped out on.
Okay.
And so this year is the year that I take things that I had been thinking about doing and I
Mhm.
execute them this year.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so the end of this year, my Fruit of the Spirit
Mhm.
subscription box will be coming out. And
Congratulations.
it is a quarterly gift box. And
Mhm.
each quarter, you will get three candles. You'll get about this size, and then two smaller ones. And they
Okay.
will represent one of the fruit of the spirits. The first one, of course, will be love because that is the fruit of the spirit.
Right.
And then it manifests in all of those other ways that will then now come afterwards. But there'll be a little journal, a little devotional for someone to kind of go through and
Yeah.
that sort of thing until the next quarter, and then they'll get the next one, and then same thing will repeat itself.
Oh, I love it. I
So
love it.
definitely,
Congratulations.
I am definitely excited about that. And
As you should.
well, what I found is in order to execute,
Hmm.
sometimes you need to keep talking it out, because once
Yes,
you are professing it, it's
it
one thing
happens.
when you put it on a piece of paper,
Hmm.
but nobody knows about it. You don't have
Right,
anybody basically to hold you accountable. So,
right.
I'm speaking this to you, I'm speaking it out to those who see this video, that
Hmm.
and they're going to be like, wait a minute, I didn't hear about the subscription box yet. It's
Like,
November
where's it at?
2025. Wait a minute,
Hmm.
there's a
So,
problem.
so your launch is going to be probably for Black Friday.
It will be actually, it'll be before Black Friday. It's going to kind of be
Okay,
a pre-Black Friday, so that you can
okay,
get that box and you can get
okay.
it all that fourth quarter, and then in
Hmm.
January the next one will then roll out.
Love it, love it, love it. That's
But
awesome.
we're gonna end that year. We're gonna end the year
You ended the year
opening it up
right.
on love. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so we're going to segue into your Facebook show because you actually have a show also on Facebook. So
Yeah.
let's talk about it. Tell us about your show. What's it called? What's the vibe? And who shows up?
So it is Candles and Conversation.
Hmm.
It's on Facebook. Sometimes people prefer Instagram, so I go on to Instagram.
Okay.
But we don't just talk candles.
Hmm.
We talk almost anything. I think for August, because it's going to be back to school, I'm going to spend
Yeah.
some time talking to educators.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I got someone that does homeschool. I
Hmm.
got some people in the public school. So we're gonna talk education. I'm
Hmm.
gonna, that will definitely be geared toward parents,
Hmm.
hearing kind of like the educator side and that sort
Hmm.
of thing. So being able to really
Okay.
get some tips to
Hmm.
get your child ready for back to school, and how to be a partner
Okay.
with your child's school, and being active and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because you're full time. You work with colleges, correct?
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
career development. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So you big on education anyway.
yes, I am. Yes, I
Hmm.
am. And here's the thing: I always tell
Hmm.
people it doesn't have to be you going to a 4-year school. Maybe you
Right.
only need something at a trade school level. Go to
Right.
trade school.
Right. You have to go where you
Yeah,
feel
you
works for
can't.
you.
Yeah, you can't just go. My mom went to college, so I gotta go. I remember my
Hmm.
youngest. I remember
Hmm.
saying to him, "Why do you want to go to college?" And you can't
Hmm.
say because your mom went.
Okay. And
I was like,
what did he say?
he was like, "Well, I wasn't going to say that." I said, "Well, great, we're on a good start." But
Right.
he said he felt where he was at in life. He felt that college would give him the best set of skills that he needed for the workforce.
Okay. Okay. But it's good that you sat down and you actually sat down and had that conversation
Hmm.
with him. Because when you look at our generation, right, they didn't, it was like you going.
Yeah,
You either going there or the military, that's your
yeah.
options.
You ain't have much.
And there was no back talk.
Yeah,
So it's good that you sat down with him and was asking, like, what is it that you want to do? What can I help you with? And being able to, give that choice.
yeah. So I was like, okay.
Mhm. Hey,
Send
and
him
he's
off,
doing
and
very well now, right?
yes, he is. He's doing the thing he wanted to do. He wanted to do biology. He
Oh,
wanted
nice.
to work in a lab, and he's doing that. So
Okay. Awesome. That is really great. That is really great.
yeah,
So I think highlighting educators the month of August, I think that's going to be amazing because it does give them, you know, um, give them a spotlight for a minute because we
Yeah.
know that when September rolls in, it's gonna roll in like a lion, and things is gonna
Yes,
be
yes, yes, it
they
is.
gonna be pouncing all over them. So we need them to get get their love, and even if they could provide some tips of what they need, for them to be well,
Yeah.
for this school year because we know the job that they have is not easy.
No, 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 it is. No, it is not. No, it is
Mm-mm.
not. I'm doing a candle making workshop the
Mm-hmm.
end of August out here, and
Okay.
one of the things that I said the two that I'm doing for August and September, I called
Mm-hmm.
them they're on self-care Sunday, and I
Mm-hmm.
said
Okay.
this is going to be your opportunity. Come out, relax yourself, get some spa scents and all of that kind of good stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
being able
Mm-hmm.
to think about what it is really that we need, as women when we think about self-care,
Right.
um, and definitely in that faith-based space, because
Mm-hmm.
if you were in the church,
Mm-hmm.
back in the 70s and the 80s, and
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
the idea of you going to get your nails done was
Right.
frowned upon in the church, at least in the black church. It was frowned upon. It was
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you can't do that. And we try to make it out like this. We have so many restrictions as opposed
Okay.
to the freedoms. And
Right.
that's one of the things that when I think of self-care and I think of faith-based self-care,
Mm-hmm.
I think of it
Mm-hmm.
being able to realize that you have all the freedoms, that you can, and it's okay to
Mm-hmm.
lean into that level of self-care.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. I love the self-care Sundays. And where do you host your candle making at?
So a variety of places. So right now, the two that I'm doing out here in Indiana, they're going to be at a spot called Beyond Bella, and
Okay.
that's in Fort Wayne, and that's actually a Mary Kay center. And I've been doing
Okay.
some things out there with them, and so I'm going to be hosting it at that space. I host at wineries. I've been um, I've,
Okay.
I've been out to Anderson, Indiana, at a woman-owned, black-owned winery in Anderson called
Mm-hmm.
Cultured Winery. So I do
Okay.
some things out there, and so I'm looking to just keep expanding into different spaces.
Okay.
Um, Bridal parties, wedding showers, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm open for all of it.
Right. Oh wow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the
And I travel.
self-care. I love you
And I
got you
travel.
said where
And I
look,
travel.
I know. Let me tell you, she called me. Let me tell y'all how my girl called and was like, yo, y'all, I see a conference I want to come and do. I'm like, okay. And look, I'm like, you gonna come all the way here for that? Yeah, I'm coming back home. This way I can visit my family, do it. I was like, okay. And look, she showed up and she did what she was supposed to do, and I'm glad that you were able to, be a part of that, that
I
event and
am too.
everything.
Yeah, I am too.
Yep.
The minute I saw that, I said, "Oh, it's on."
She said bingo.
I was
And
like,
I
"I'm
think you
home
were
that weekend."
and you were the only candle person there.
Mhm.
Now if
No,
somebody snuck,
no. Mount
it was
Airy
another
was there.
person.
Yeah, Mount
Oh
Airy was
really?
there. Yeah, we got it.
Okay.
I got a chance to meet the owner of Mount Airy Candle Company. So that was great.
Okay.
We
Okay.
found out we knew people, and so yeah, we had a good.
Yeah. Okay. Good, 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 good. So I tell you, with the candle business, the podcast, you are doing it, Miss Tracy.
I'm trying
You
my
are.
best.
So I'm gonna do something that I started. I'm like every week I try something different with my show, and so this week we're gonna do something fun called rapid fire.
Oh boy!
So, okay, so what I'm gonna
All
do is I'm
right.
gonna ask you a question, and you can respond or you can pass. So
Okay.
the first question, praise or pass, scented candles in the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So she praising that. Okay. Any particular scent that you like for the kitchen?
So I'm going to tell you, I like things if it's the holiday, like I like sweet potato, I like
Oh,
apple pie. More s'mores is one of mine. It's like a hot cocoa s'moresy kind of thing with marshmallow. And so I love that. Um,
okay.
but one that I've been burning that I didn't make
Hmm.
is a tomato based candle. I love it.
Okay. So are you getting ready to start dabbling in the vegetables?
I'm gonna start thinking about it. I'm like, oh,
Okay. Look, why not?
yes, because I just would just hadn't it hadn't crossed my mind until I bought someone's and and
Hmm.
um and plugged it up and I burn it.
Okay. Look, let's talk about that, right? Because I know people probably watching, like, she bought somebody else's candle.
Yes,
So,
there is no competition in candles. I'm
mhm.
a part of the Black Candle Makers Club, Black Candle Makers
Get
University.
out. Get out. I didn't even know they had all this going on.
They do. I'm a part of their Facebook group. Um, they have a cohort that comes out every season. We're getting geared up for our
What?
fall cohort. We're getting geared up for the fall convention in Houston. We're going to Houston.
I'm like stunned right now. I
I'm in
love it.
I'm in classes every week. I'm probably gonna get you out to coach a class with us.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Let me know. Let
Um,
me know. That
we
is awesome.
Yeah, it's not everything isn't just candles. We do have some that are soapers that are in the group,
Hmm.
that are in the cohort and everything. And it really is just a great way
Hmm.
for, and I think me and you talked about this a little bit when you were on Candles and Conversation, community.
Hmm.
It's a great
Hmm.
way to have community. And so one of the things that we really
Hmm.
pride ourselves on is we support each other.
Hmm.
There is no competition.
Hmm.
And
I love it.
candle makers can dwell in the
Hmm.
same space.
Yes.
In
Hmm.
Philadelphia, I, Mika, she does an event called
Hmm.
CandleCon.
Okay.
And it is a room full of candle makers selling their
Wow.
candles.
Right.
And tons of people come to this
Hmm.
event
Yes.
because my lavender might not be somebody else's lavender,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
I might not have a vegetable one on my table, but
Hmm.
somebody down there, they got vegetable scented candles,
Hmm. Hmm.
and so
Wow.
everybody has a different thing, a different
Hmm.
vibe, and it's okay. It is enough. This is a $1 billion business. It's
Right.
enough for us to get a piece of the pie.
I know that's right. I
You know,
love that they have all these organizations and these conferences and things that's going on, and I'm glad you're a part of it. Because the thing is, right, a lot of business owners, right? We see you and I both have been in business for over 20 years, right? And we have seen people come and go within the industry,
hmm
in all the industries, right? And you know, a lot of things that I've been privy to, been educated with, that I've been seeing lately is people really not understanding their crafts, people
oh,
not knowing their business, people not getting all of the education that they need so that they can get the support and help that they need with their businesses, if that makes sense.
oh no, it
So,
makes lots.
and so as I look, as we are having this conversation, it's just like bringing some, alerts and alarms, like, wow, you know what I mean? people don't do enough homework and research. And it's a
They
story that
really don't.
it's something I'm gonna tell you about. I'm gonna tell you on the back end, when we get off
Mhm.
with, live, so that you
Okay.
can understand where I'm coming from with this. But my thing is, if y'all don't learn anything from what myself and Tracy is talking about, when you have a business, do your due diligence and do your research and your homework on all things related to your company. In addition to all of the organization and things out there, spend the money, go to a conference or two,
Or
right?
three
To educate, or
every
three
year.
to educate.
Go to
Yes,
something,
go to
get something,
something, go to
sit
something, get
in.
something. Yes, you know.
SBA
Mm-hmm.
has workshops
Mm-hmm.
in every
Yep.
state. I sit in a workshop from the SBA in
Mm-hmm.
Ohio because it's virtual. I can sit
Right.
in workshops.
Right.
Sit in workshops. I love
Mm-hmm.
the groups on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook,
Right.
but the groups on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
can't give you all the information
Everything that you need.
you
Right.
need
You
to
need more.
go do
Mm-hmm.
some research.
Mm-hmm.
People going out here talking about, they said I need an LLC. I went out and bought an LLC. Have you sold a product yet? Are you making money yet? No, but I got my LLC. I'm a real business.
Child.
But,
How many times have I heard that?
but you just well, if you a sole proprietor, you're not a real business. No, it's a business structure. It is a real business because you still got to get an EIN number and all of this.
Mm-hmm. Look, you
You
see
know,
me shaking my head, right?
and so some of the things I hear in the groups, I just go,
Shake
yeah,
your head and
just,
just say,
I'm gonna just scroll on. I'm not even going.
right, right.
But we
I
have
know.
to get to the place that we're learning. I heard another coach. She said,
Hmm.
coaches need coaches. So why
Hmm.
do coaches like? We all got to get something from. So I can't keep giving and coaching others, but I'm not getting in.
Right.
And
Hmm.
one of the things that I always talk about is I say,
Hmm.
remember,
Hmm.
God wants you to give from your overflow.
Right.
So that means your cup has to be filled.
Right.
Well, if you're giving,
Hmm.
who's putting into you?
Hmm.
So you need to be in masterminds, you need to be in organizations, you need to be doing
Hmm.
doing those things.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You are 100% right. 100% right. And yeah, this was great. So my last rapid fire question is: if your life right now were a candle, what would it be called?
Transition.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. Okay.
It would be called transition.
Okay.
And it would have notes of cashmere because
Hmm.
it's soothing,
Right.
lavender,
Ooh.
cashmere and lavender.
I like that. I like that. And you know what? And I would say, you know what? I'm writing it down for you because I know you're getting ready to write that down, right?
Listen,
So that you can,
I am.
so that you can go ahead and you can put your scent together, right? With
Listen,
cashmere and lavender
I
and
am.
calling that transition, But
You,
when I look at that question, right, you go into your conference, that's a question that you could present at the conference, at the candle conference. You know what I
hmm
mean? Let's see what people come up with, you know? So what a lot of people don't know is Tracy actually did my first candle when I had my first subscription box called the Com box when I initially first rolled it out. And it was awesome, and her candles do smell amazing. And I thank you so much for, coming in and doing what you could do to help me. with that, because I was like all over the place with that box. And I formed that box back in 2016, and and it's just like I transitioned on. I still got other projects that I'm working on.
Hmm.
And everybody's like, oh, you need to go back to your boxes. And I'm just like, I gotta see, because it was like when COVID hit, I was just like, them boxes, I was with a new set of boxes where I took out the
Hmm.
candle, added oils, doing this, doing that. So I was like doing so many other things with it that I had to take a reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I reset just to calm that, to calm everything down, professionally, to focus on other avenues of my business,
Exactly.
and that's what I've been doing, But I just wanted to give you your praise and thank you,
Oh, you
for
are so
helping
welcome.
me, with that immediate launch, because it was definitely was at a time that I needed it most,
Mhm.
and it definitely was a great big help. And God bless you for being there.
You are quite welcome. Yours was actually the first, probably the first subscription box that I had put any items, into and everything. But
Mhm,
even in that, it was
mhm,
that level of intentionality. It was that level of, this is something that I can be behind. That if my
mhm.
product is in it, this is a good space for my product to
Yes,
be in. And
yeah.
so I'm just, I'm always, looking for opportunities and really looking for ways
Mhm,
to serve people with the candles. That's really what it is.
yes.
It's really a way to serve people with the candles, whether it's in a gift box, whether it's in a subscription box, and
Mhm.
and all of those particular things. So yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, we're all in the wellness industry.
Hmm.
And, and being in this wellness space, the bottom line is making sure that we are all doing well.
Yeah. One of the things that I did, like yesterday was International Self Care Day.
Hmm.
And I looked up, I wanted to see what their theme was for the year. And the
Uh-huh.
theme for the year was self care is health care.
Yes, it
And,
is.
and I thought, this is just so befitting of really what it really is. It is healthcare, and we need more ways and more spaces within our healthcare system to be able to get those
Yes.
areas of wellness.
Yep.
Definitely
And I
get those
look,
areas.
and I'm gonna do a post about self-care being healthcare, because it is. It's self-care, is healthcare and wealth care. How about that?
Yes, it is. Yes,
You
it is.
know, because
Definitely.
when we look at the word healthy, right? Heal thyself. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? We gotta have a
Exactly.
healthy self. We gotta heal thyself.
Yep.
And
From the
self-care is
inside to
always
the
there. From
outside,
the
all of it.
inside, yep. From the inside to the out. So this was an awesome conversation
It
this
was. I enjoyed
morning.
it so much.
Yes, I am so happy you could come on with me today. You know you are a friend of this show and always welcome back anytime. Anything you want to promote, just send over the flyers and all the information.
I most
And
certainly
we're
will.
definitely going to stay. We always been connected. We've been
Yeah,
connected over. Oh my God, we've been connected since our candle company started. So 20 years.
yeah.
So we gonna stay connected.
We was out there rolling with Earl Harvey and all of them, you know.
Oh, okay, exactly. So, but I want to thank you again, Tracy, for coming on. God bless you. I want you to have an amazing weekend. Everybody, I'll be back on Sunday. I have an esthetician who also has a candle line coming on. So, Cozy CT, Cozy out of Connecticut. So,
All
well, I'll
right.
talk to all of y'all then. Thank you so much, Tracy. Hold on, and we're going to end the show.
All right.
Only know I want the best of us. So I